Chances are when you were a kid, you played on a swing set. Chances are equally good that when you did so, there was a thought in your head that you might go high enough to flip over the bar, and you almost certainly wondered what would happen if you actually did take the flip. Well, in today's video, we're going to discuss a Nickelodeon series of short interstitials that would answer that very question. And with that, what's up everybody, and welcome back to Macabre'Gorium Labs presents School of Boredom, Nickelodeon Edition Quickies. My name is Bats, and I hope you'll join me today as we take a look at a set of Nickelodeon stop-motion animations that explore the question, what would happen if you swung over the bar of the swing set at your local playground? This is Inside Out Boy.
Nick, 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 Nick,
Nickelodeon.
Nick, 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 Nick,
Nickelodeon.
In 1989, Will McRobb and Scott Webb would create a character that would be produced by 10th Annual Industries called Inside Out Boy. Inside Out Boy was a Nickelodeon series of short stop-motion animated films that would feature an ordinary boy. Ordinary, that is, until he goes to his local park or playground one day to play on the swing set, and then as the cartoons themselves explain,
he was just an ordinary kid, until that fateful day when he accidentally swung over the bar and learned he had incredible powers beyond those of any superhero.
Now, if you're wondering why we haven't told you his name, it's because he was never actually given one.
The premise for the Inside Out Boy cartoon could have led to many, many adventures, but unfortunately it was cut short at just 5 episodes. The plot for each of these episodes would show Inside Out Boy being somewhat of a hero and grossing out adults because, as we all know,
this is Nickelodeon, the only network for kids.
And let's take a look at said heroics with this episode breakdown. In episode 1, Library from 1989, we are introduced to the titular character, an unnamed ordinary boy playing on a swing set. When he goes up so high he flips over the bar and turns his entire body inside out. Yes, inside out. It is at this point the narrator informs us that he is now a superhero. But as we also see, the boy is rightfully concerned with the location of his pants because his organs are now on the outside of his body.
All of these cartoons would use the same opener for each episode.
The narrator continues by explaining that he can't fly or leap tall buildings, but what he could do is gross out adults, making him a hero to kids the world over. He then scares a librarian, and the narrator says he's got what you want in a hero: guts. As you've probably guessed, the first episode was used as a plot device simply to introduce us to the character. However, episode 2, Science Fair, is where we would start to get something resembling an adventure. This entry would see Inside Out Boy attending the junior high science fair where he is asked to be used in a student's project that failed to complete his own in time. Basically cheating, but not really, let's just say it's a gray area. The kid asks Inside Out Boy to wear a robot head and head toward the stage. Once on the stage, the kid places a cream-filled, trademarked cake product inside the robot head's mouth, and Inside Out Boy explains the digestion process. The kid wins a blue ribbon, and suddenly Inside Out Boy burps or something, and the robot head breaks apart and pops off, revealing the inside-out organs and Inside Out Boy to the judge. The judge freaks out and runs away. The kids cheer. Next episode, episode 3, MC Mallet. In this rather amusing entry, we get to see Inside Out Boy attend a concert of a brand-safe knockoff of a then super-famous rapper, MC Mallet. After the scene opens, MC Mallet takes notice of Inside Out Boy and raps to him the question, while on stage performing, that he wants to know where Inside Out Boy got his tattoos.
What follows was a common trope of the times, and Inside Out Boy raps to MC Mallet that although you can see his organs, they are in fact not tattoos. That it's what's inside that count.
Upon realizing that Inside Out Boy is, well, inside out, MC Mallet, being an adult, freaks out and runs away, leaving the viewer to wonder why Inside Out Boy is even considered a hero in the first place. From our point of view, all he's managed to do is shut down a concert and stop people from seeing it that paid to be there. Ironically, on to our next one, Prison. In episode 4, Prison, it opens up the same way they all do, and then we see Inside Out Boy at the local bank eating an ice cream cone and attempting to make a deposit. However, the bank teller, being an adult, is frightened by the sight of the kid and freaks out, running away. As you've probably guessed, this led to security thinking the bank was being robbed, and then Inside Out Boy is arrested and processed. During the interrogation and booking, they tell him he's very clever for not having fingerprints. He claims he doesn't have them, and that although he may be inside out, that he always does what's right. The cops ask him about his note that was written by his mother about picking up groceries, and then about his disguise. He then informs them that it is not a disguise, and if you haven't figured it out yet, the cops, being adults, freak out and run away. They leave Inside Out Boy in the interrogation room by himself, but seemingly free.
Now this show is riddled with questions left unanswered, but we will address some of them toward the end of this video.
Finally, we've come to the last episode of the series, episode number 5, Girls. After the opener we've heard in every other episode, the narrator informs us that Inside Out Boy will be facing his greatest challenge yet, girls. Macabre'Gorium Labs would like to point out that we're merely showcasing this property, we did not create it. Inside Out Boy enters a school bus and is immediately surrounded by girls that all seem very excited to see him. They ask him about his superpowers, and one of the girls asks about various powers, and he debunks them with what he actually can do. The girl is eventually grossed out, that is until they are stopped at the school by the hall monitor and asked for a hall pass. Inside Out Boy manages to gross her out too, and say it with me kids, runs away! The girl then decides she likes him, and the episode ends.
These interstitials would air on the network during commercial breaks up until 1999, and 4 of the 5 shorts were included on the first 2 Rugrats VHS releases, A Baby's Gotta Do What a Baby's Gotta Do, and Tales from the Crib.
Each of the 5 episodes were between 30 seconds and 1 minute in length and would raise a handful of strange questions in due time. Why don't you let us know what you think down in the comments section below, and let's make a discussion out of it. And while you're down there in the comments section, if you like our weird, odd, creepy, strange, or eccentric videos, do us a favor and hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss a single upload. There was a handful of information we wish we could have included, but some things have been just lost to time. There wasn't a lot to go on for this property, and that's why it turned into a School of Boredom Quickie instead of a full lesson. And anyway, we've reached the end of the video, and my name is Bats. I've been your guide today for School of Boredom Nickelodeon Edition Quickies, Inside Out Boy. Be sure to check back next time, you never know what we have in store. As usual, be excellent to each other, think for yourselves, and keep it creepy. Hey, thanks for checking out our video. If you enjoyed this one and would like to see more of our weird, creepy, odd, eccentric, or strange content as soon as it comes out, please feel free to click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. We'll see you later. Keep it creepy.